Hello and welcome to Total IELTS, and in today's lesson I'll be looking at Academic Writing Task 1, Writing an Introduction. I'll be using a simple three-step approach using a sample diagram showing trends. So first of all, study the diagram. Take several minutes to do this. Don't glance at the diagram and then rush into writing. You do have time, and remember, you only need to write 150 words. Here's the example diagram showing trends of crime rates in the inner city from 2003 to 2012. Read the diagram description. All diagrams will have a description, and this one describes exactly what the chart shows. Most diagrams also will have titles, and here the title is a paraphrase of the description, and sometimes the title is a direct copy of the description. Study the axis. Here the horizontal axis shows the years from 2003 to 2012, and the vertical axis shows the number of incidents in thousands. The horizontal axis shows the years from 2003 to 2012, so that means your answer will be using past tenses. And the vertical axis shows the number of incidents in thousands, and it's very important to include this in your description of the main features with the data. Next, look at the information in the diagram itself and use the key or legend, which will always be provided for you. So when writing an introduction, take time to study the diagram. You do have time. 20 minutes is a lot of time. This is an essential stage because it will affect your whole answer. So after you've taken time to study and fully understand the diagram, next write your introduction. And this will be paraphrase of the diagram description and the title if it has one. So let's review. Why should we paraphrase? Well, copying sentences or parts of sentences from the description and or the title will be deducted from your word count. What is paraphrase? Well, it's rewriting the description with different words or phrases, and the key thing is keeping the same meaning. How can we paraphrase? There are three basic ways. First, you can use synonyms, that's words or phrases with similar meaning. You can also change the form of the word from a verb to a noun, for example, or you can use different grammatical structures. Here, for example, the use of synonyms. Shows we can change to depicts or illustrates. Took place we can change to happened, and areas, types. Changing the form of the word. The noun crime can be changed to an adjective criminal and followed by a noun. Different grammatical structures. The chart below shows. You can begin your paraphrase with a past participle verb, for example, illustrated in the line graph. When you do paraphrase, try to use more complex sentences. Here is the basic or classic opening description, which says the diagram shows the trends in different criminal activities over 9 years in Newport. A more complex sentence would be to begin this with a noun, the trends, and use passive tense. When you paraphrase, the benefit of more complex sentences will be a positive impact on your grammatical range and accuracy criterion. After you've paraphrased the description and/or the title, it's time to write your overview. Now, the overview is the key sentence or sentences in descriptions of any diagram. If you don't include a clear overview, then you will receive a band 5 in task achievement. And if you don't have any overview at all, you will receive a band 4. What is an overview? It's a short summary of the information contained in the diagram. Can be 2 sentences, but it's advisable to keep it to one clear and concise sentence. It's not a description of the main features, so it shouldn't include any data or numbers. And each diagram type in Academic Writing Task 1 needs a different overview. So let's look at the overview for our example, the diagram depicting trends. You should describe the overall trend in all the categories from start to finish, and remember, don't include any data. You can combine categories with similar trends and then compare these to categories with different trends. For example, overall there was a decrease in the 2 categories of burglary and car theft, while the rate for robbery remained unchanged. Where should you write your overview? Always after the paraphrase of the diagram description. Should it be in a separate paragraph? Well, let's compare. Here's an overview with the introduction in 2 separate paragraphs. And here's the overview and introduction combined into one paragraph. When it comes to deciding should it be a 1-sentence paragraph or 1 paragraph with several sentences, remember that there is no official IELTS regulation about this. So both are acceptable. And in summary, Academic Writing Task 1, writing an introduction. Follow the simple 3-step approach. Study the diagram, paraphrase the description of the diagram and the title if it has one, and write your overview. When you study the diagram, take your time. Read the description and title carefully. Study the axes, for example, dates and numbers, and look at the information contained in the diagram itself using the legend or key to help you. Paraphrase the description and title using synonyms. Many diagrams contain proper nouns, for example, place names. These don't need to be paraphrased. You can change the form of the word, for example, noun to adjective, crime, criminal. And you can use different grammatical structures. When you do so, this will have a positive impact on your grammatical range and accuracy score. Finally, your overview. This is the key sentence or sentences in the description of any diagram. It's a summary of the information in the diagram, which means no data or numbers are necessary because it's not a description of the main features.